fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Metallica, one of the biggest heavy bands of all time. They played over 2,824 shows, sold over 90 million records, and one of the 7th biggest acts in American history. Musicians will discuss the history of the band that's been around for 24 years. This is the history of Metallica.
Metallica started off as pretty much James and Lars. They both met up in LA through an ad in this thing called The Recycler, and every week, at least James would go in there and look into the H part, for heavy metal, and they kind of got together and did their own thing.
Okay, how long has the band been together as Metallica?
Well, since we started.
Which was what? October 81?
Yeah.
The next person that came into the band was Dave Mustaine.
Metallica was holding a casting call, and they needed a new lead guitarist, so Dave Mustaine showed up, and he started setting up, and he got all his equipment ready and everything, and they were so impressed with him that even before the audition began, they asked him to join.
Do you know little Cliff over there on bass guitar? Do you know who Cliff is? Why don't you all say hi to Cliff?
They were hanging out when they were older and went to a club in California. And they saw Cliff soloing on his bass like a guitar player would solo.
So they're shredding on stage and they're like, wow, he's really good. We have to have him in our band. And I think that from that point on,
Metallica decided that if they wanted Cliff Burton, they would have to move to San Francisco, and so they did. After Cliff joined the band, Metallica went and made a demo tape called No Left Till Leather. A few weeks later, the band got a call from New York from a label company called Megaforce Records. They offered to make them a record and agreed to do it. But they had to take care of a few things first.
Yeah, they had to throw out Dave Mustaine.
Drank too much all the time, like abused alcohol and being.
He was just way too controlling. Every concert he would go with crazy outbursts, and he couldn't really control Dave Mustaine, so they told him to get out.
It kept going, and James Lars got pretty much really drunk around like 10 or 11 in the morning, started going sightseeing. But where it did, it helped them a lot.
The manager at the time for Metallica had another band that was gonna break up, and he said, yeah, the guitar player for the band is pretty awesome, you should go check him out.
So he jammed with Metallica. They'd play songs through Seek and Destroy, and they knew that Kirk was the right guy, so they all agreed to it. And pretty much, he was pretty much in the band, which he had known until like 2 or 3 weeks later he really was, because he had like 10 or 12 gigs.
After Kirk joined the band, July 8, 1983, Kill 'Em All was released. Metalheads were surprised that a band from San Francisco can play that kind of thrash music ever in the early 80s. A year after Kill 'Em All was released, Metallica recorded their second album, Ride the Lightning, which was heavier, harder, and faster than its predecessor. Their next album, Master of Puppets, was released in 1986, which became their major breakthrough, which got them a spot on Ozzy's Ultimate Sin Tour.
Blew Ozzy off stage, and they were just like a crazy monster band. And they were proud to take over the metal scene.
But their luck soon ran out. In 1986, of September 27th, Cliff died from a bus accident in Sweden.
Around like 4 o'clock in the morning, I think.
yeah, they were going on their way to do a show in Denmark, and I guess lost control of the bus, and out goes Cliff, and then the bus rolling right after him.
It shook and woke up Cliff while he was taking a nap, and the bus was starting to crash, so he tried to jump out of the window. And as he was getting out of the window, the bus fell on its side and crushed.
Metallica thought at the time they weren't going to go on.
They didn't want to continue because, I mean, Cliff was the essential part of the band. Well, they had commitments and obligations to their fans. They had contract obligations. They were in the middle of a tour.
Yeah, they were thinking about quitting, but they didn't. Because, I mean, why would you quit after...
Yeah, he was kind of like the, I guess, father role in the band. But, you know, it really did affect them music-wise. I mean, it was a turning point in their music and how they viewed their music and everything. So, I think...